lose yourself in a good book. The Bord Gáis Energy Book Club.
Now, World Book Day takes place this Thursday and is designated by UNESCO as a worldwide celebration of books and reading, which is marked in over 100 countries all over the world.
The main aim is to encourage children to explore the pleasure of books and reading by providing them with an opportunity to have a book of their very own. Joining us now to tell us all about it is book blogger and knowledge person who knows more about books than anyone else that we have on the show, Kim Hart. Kim,
Hello,
good morning to you.
Good morning.
Kim, we were just chatting there that the whole idea behind this is to allow children to have a book of their very own. And I was saying, sure, every child would have a book of their own. And you said not so.
No, sadly, there's a lot of kids who don't have access to books at home. I know that in the UK, the figures are something like 3 in 10 children don't have access to books at home. So the idea with World Book Day is that we issue these World Book Day vouchers, and a child can then go into a bookshop and choose one of 9 specially produced World Book Day books for free. The vouchers are essentially a gift from your local bookseller. So we'd encourage people to go into the bookshop and choose a book of their own for World Book Day. Yes, exactly.
And you were saying there's much excitement in schools.
Yeah, my 2 have an 8 and a 10-year-old, and they will come home with the vouchers, and then they'll be, come on, when can we go to the bookshop? When can we go to the bookshop? So it's a big deal, but then they're encouraged to read. There's 9 nominated books, and these vouchers will get those books for free. But you can also take the voucher, which is worth £150, and then put it against another book that you might want that isn't on the list.
Exactly, and get £150 off that book.
The 9 books that are on the list, tell us about those.
Okay, so we have 9 books. So we have Alfie's Shop by Shirley Hughes, which is a little picture book for ages 2+. We have Giraffes Can't Dance by Giles Andre. This is a little activity and puzzle book based on the Giraffes Can't Dance picture book, which is phenomenally bestselling.
Huge success,
yes,
yeah.
Exactly. There's Howard Henry's Guide to Perfect Parents by Francesca Simon for ages 5+, and that's all about how to sort of whip your parents into shape so that you can watch more TV and eat more junk food and all sorts.
Brilliant.
So, yes.
That one will be popular.
It will be a popular one indeed. Tony Robinson's Weird World of Wonders, Funny Inventions is all about the history of invention. So you've got the ballpoint pen and the tin can and how they all came into being, essentially.
Is this Tony Robinson of Time Team?
It is indeed.
Yes,
and his books are really good. If you see them, they're great for kids.
It's great to have a little non-fiction one in there as well, and that's a good one for ages 7+. Then we have The Diamond Brothers in Two of Diamonds by Anthony Horowitz for ages 8+, and that's obviously, it's 2 stories in 1 volume, so fantastic little one there. Hang in There, Bozo by Lauren Child for ages 9+. Then we have Tom Gates' Best Book Day Ever So Far by Liz Petion for ages 9+, Bittersweet by Kathy Cassidy for ages 11+, and exclusive to World Book Day Ireland, we have Ask Eva by Judy Curtin, which is 2 fantastic new stories in 1 volume for ages 9+.
Fabulous.
Yes, so lots of choice there.
So these vouchers, people will just get them in schools?
Yes, they go through the schools.
Every school across the land?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I think there's something like 1.2 million vouchers have been given this year to children around Ireland. So make sure you search those school bags, because these could be under squash sandwiches or burst bananas.
And in terms of where you redeem these vouchers, is it all bookstores?
Pretty much all bookshops in Ireland will redeem. So yeah, there's events happening all over in bookshops and libraries and art centres and schools for World Book Day as well. So if you go onto the World Book Day website, you can find events in your area, and we also have a Facebook and Twitter page, so you can find all the latest updates there too. If you can't get to an event, there is the biggest book show on earth, which is a live stream festival of children's books. You can register for that on the World Book Day website. And what it is, it's a festival that's streamed live from 11 to 12 on Thursday, 7th of March for World Book Day. And it has 9 fantastic authors and illustrators this year in the programme. There's Tony Robinson, Liz Petion, Lauren Child, Shirley Hughes, Guy Parker-Rees, Kathy Cassidy, Francesca Simon and Rachel Bright.
Wow.
So you can stream it into your classroom either or into your home. So it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And children's books, the one area of the book industry that doesn't seem to be suffering along with the rest of the industry, so it's still growing.
It's thriving, exactly. And also, if you wanted to sort of do more sort of bookish activities and things for World Book Day, there's a resource pack that you can download for free from the World Book Day website as well, so that has activity sheets and all sorts in it as well.
Do you think, we were just chatting there as well before we started doing this piece, is there a generation of children growing up who aren't reading hard copy books, who are going to digital print? I mean, is this where parents get to win the digital versus hard copy war with their children by putting a book in their hands?
Well, it is a great opportunity to get a print edition of something into a child's hand, but there is This year we have a Books Alive app for World Book Day. So it's a free app that you can download onto your iPhone or your Android, and you point your viewfinder at any of the book covers and it'll come alive. There'll be an animation, there's interviews with the authors as well through this app.
Wow,
also
that's amazing.
your voucher comes alive with the app as well, so that's the Books Alive app. So yes, we're kind of integrating.
So you can download the Books Alive app for free?
Yes, yeah.
And when you point your
viewfinder at the book or the token, it'll come alive.
A little animation of it.
Yes.
Wow.
Can you explain to me, given that we're raising a generation now on digital gadgets, effectively, this is also the generation that's buying more children's books than any previous generation before. Now, there seems to be a contradiction or dichotomy at the very least there. Explain that to me, or can you?
I can't really. I think the great thing about children's books...
They're getting two bites out of it, that digital and it's going hand in hand. It's not a matter of either or.
They do seem to be doing their best to kind of have it as a sort of a hand-in-hand type market. I mean, the thing about children's books is they're pretty price sensitive. So you can pick up a book for kind of £6 or £7. I suppose there's with e-readers as well, like there's a huge kind of challenge that's being faced there by publishers, and how do you sort of, how do you tackle that? But I think, there is still definitely a demand there for physical books.
I know from reading from my godkids, they go through phases when this is their favourite book and it must come with them everywhere. And they must have it at all times. So you couldn't do that with the digital format. And they want to bring it with them everywhere, and they know every word of it.
Exactly.
And then they get bored and they find a new favourite book of the year. But
exactly. And not every kid will have one of those devices. I mean, with books, they're relatively inexpensive. You don't have to have, an expensive device to enjoy them. You can just go into a shop, you can pick one up.
I think one of the two prize Christmas presents was the recent edition of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, whatever that one was that came out at Christmas. That was a must-have, and it went everywhere for a week. It was brought, if you were going visiting or whatever, it had to be packed.
Isn't that lovely?
Normally, it's the iPad that has to be packed,
Yeah.
You
can
they
pass the book on when you
copies.
finish reading it.
They want their own copies.
They wanted a separate copy because
If you said to them now, you can read that on your iPad, would they be interested in that?
No, iPads are more about games.
Good.
Although my wife does most of her reading on her iPad, I have to say. Now, what's this Bring a Book, Bring a Book, Buy a Book in Aid of St. Michael's?
Yes, this is the St. Michael's campaign. We do this every year as part of World Book Day. So basically people set up these book swap shops in their business or home or school. You basically bring a book that you no longer want, you donate that, and you buy a book for €2, and all the proceeds go to St. Michael's House Early Services, which is for children with intellectual disabilities. There's also pop-up shops this year in Houston and Connolly Station, so if you don't know anyone who's organised one of these swap shops, you can pop into Houston or Connolly Station and do it there.
Excellent.
It raised €30,000 last year.
Wow.
Massive, yeah.
A great cause as well.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Kim.
No problem.
Now, to celebrate World Book Day, we are going to give one lucky viewer the chance to win this wonderful hamper of books for both adults and children to be included in the draw. Even. Just text AM followed by what book you will be reading to mark World Book Day and why to 53131, or email irelandam@tv3.ie.
Yes, we can't spell, but we encourage reading. Now, if you would like to be in with a chance of winning a BlackBerry Playbook, then you send us your 50-word review of Cloud Atlas, our book club choice for this month, and do it by Friday, March 22nd. Reviews should be emailed to irelandam@tv3.ie or send by post to Bord Gáis Energy Book Club, TV3 Westgate Business Park in Ballymount, Dublin 24. You can also enter it through the website, of course, that's tv3.ie/book club.
Lose yourself in a good book. The Bord Gáis Energy Book Club.